Welcome to Tipping the Scale. We are your hosts. I am Nix and he is Will. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. You almost messed up.
I did. I did.
You
I
had to
caught.
catch yourself.
Yes, I did because I didn't even do my normal
I know, right?
tap as long as
You're
I
a little,
normally did. I was just like, let's get right into it. I'm out here
a little
looking like
off.
the sun on a gloomy day and shit. You hear me? I felt like y'all needed my yellow today. I'm gonna be your sun for you.
I'm enjoying this gloomy weather in July.
Are you?
Yes,
Why?
because it's my type of weather. It's fall weather,
Oh,
and to
okay.
get it in July is a
So
beautiful thing.
I feel you with the weather, but the rain, G?
I'll take the rain too.
Oh,
I went for a walk in the rain the other day.
why? What the fuck?
It wasn't raining hard. It's a light drizzle like it's doing now.
Mm. Well, you also
I
don't
go
have
for
any
walks.
hair, so
I
I guess
don't.
it's a little different too.
Yeah, it is.
I hate getting my hair wet. That's like a thing. Even with my locks, it's like a thing.
I'm starting to walk around without a hat.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I'm getting there.
That's good.
I went downtown with no hat the other day.
Did you feel
It was great.
naked?
I didn't need it. No, because I didn't need a towel or nothing. I didn't need a towel. Because normally, when you wear a hat and you're outside, you need the towel and shit. But yeah, I just went free the other day. It was cool. White women were smiling at me and shit.
They
I never
probably
got
thought
that
you
much
were Michael
attention
Jordan.
from white women in my life. But yeah,
Or Carl Malone, goddamn.
like they was really smiling and like that was like the most action as far as body language wise I've gotten from white women ever in life. I was downtown the other day.
That's deep. I learned that wearing hats give you a different perception to people. People feel less intimidated by you when you don't have on a hat.
That's true.
Why though?
You said less intimidated or more
Yes,
intimidated?
they feel less intimidated when you don't have on a hat.
That's true. I don't know.
I always want to know why.
You
So
think that's for women or?
I think it's if it depends. If they can tell you are a woman, then no. So I used to have a 300, and it was a dude on this. I used to date somebody on this block, and there was another dude on the block. He had a 300. He was into some illegal activities, right? But the way I used to sit in my car, and I used to wear hats all the time, you couldn't tell if I was a girl or a guy.
Right.
They automatically pulled me over off GP.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
like,
ride
for
with my hat on
what?
the car.
That's a thing. That's a legit thing.
Yeah, for police officers.
I don't get it.
Stereotypes.
That's true.
Stereotypes.
Well, what's going on? What's new with you?
Nothing on vacation.
I'm jealous.
On vacation.
I want a vacation.
I've had last week was like my lazy week, so this week is like the week. Well, I'm not. It wasn't last week. It was the week before last week because last week I was pretty productive, but this week I got to step it up a notch.
Step it up a notch.
Like I take my vacation times to like just regroup. You know what I'm saying? Recharge, reading, working out. I like I said, going for walks and shit. I think that like you need that time with nature and the universe. You know what I'm saying? To really manifest certain stuff. So yeah, I just gotta get my regimen going.
I read something the other
I just
day.
been lazy as hell.
It said when you put your feet on the ground, it like recenters you.
Yeah, in the grass.
Yeah,
it does. It's true.
I've never done it.
I do.
I'm going to when it stop raining one of these days.
It's this field by my house, and I just walk through it. I do it in the morning so nobody see me, because I don't look like a creep just walking through the grass.
Because you definitely
barefoot.
would look like a creep.
You know, I do it early when I do. But yeah, that's important.
I don't even go to my porch with no socks or flip flops on.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that. I'm so used to putting something on my feet, whether it be socks or shoes. That could be why I've been a little off or something.
I've been a little off.
I'm just saying, it could be. They say it channel you.
They do.
How your kids doing? You got one of them that's about to be grown, G.
Who?
Your daughter.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about her. My daughter's sacred. I'm talking about my daughter. Yeah, the kid's cool. Everybody's straight. My son can fit men's clothes now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so everything I get, he thinks that he can get the small.
Yes.
Yeah. And so it's like.
That's kind of. And what grade is he in now?
He's going to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it goes.
So I had to go get them together the other day. It was kind of cool.
Have you changed your mind about the vaccine yet?
Nope.
With the new strands that's coming out?
I'm not getting that shit.
Still, to this
Nah.
day.
They gonna have to force me to do it, or they gonna have to pay me.
Yo, so it's so crazy.
They have to pay me.
They are literally like offering like $10,000 for us to take
Seriously?
vaccine. Mm-hmm.
At your job? Oh, well, I thought I'll take it 10,000, savvy
Boy,
up.
I delete the fuck out of the email. Nope, you're not gonna trick me,
10
okay?
G's, I'll do it. I'm lying. They're gonna have to offer me a little bit more than that.
But you saw, so I don't know. It's kind of like, so at first I deleted the email. I'm like, hell no.
No, I ain't gonna. I don't
And
know.
then
I
was
just feel a
like,
certain type of way about that shit, man. Them vaccines is. I don't
re-
trust them.
They did a report last week and it said 70% of Americans have the vaccine
That's not true.
or have been vaccinated.
I don't believe that.
So I don't know if they put that number out there to get us to be like, oh shit, if everybody else doing it, we might as well do it too. But I don't believe that either.
I don't believe
Unless
that.
people just legitimately keeping their business to themselves.
I think those
HIPAA
numbers are
laws and shit.
infiltrated. Those are not real.
Absolutely. Well, let's roll into our unusual that we haven't been getting into lately. I feel like we are now equal.
As far as what?
The bet. The Lakers and the Nets. Both of them motherfuckers lost.
That is true. That is true. That is true.
Surprising as fuck to me, but both of them motherfuckers lost.
Yeah. It's over.
Have you watched any of the
I enjoy watching
playoffs?
Phoenix play.
You do?
Yeah, I've enjoyed them throughout the whole playoffs. That was actually one of my friends to tell you. Like I told homie, I'm like, yo, I want to see the Lakers and the Nets, but my wild card finals appearance was Milwaukee and Phoenix.
Really?
Yeah, just off how Milwaukee was shooting throughout the season. I had never seen them shoot like that, and then just off the strength of how how transcendent Chris Paul's presence is with Phoenix. Just how they run their team, even when he's not playing, you could tell his impact. So
yes,
I was like,
that's very true.
Yeah, especially what they was doing to the Lakers. I'm like, yeah, these boys want to go to the finals.
Talking about these boys about to go to the finals. I ain't gonna lie, I'm happy for CP.
Yeah, he about to win one.
It's his time.
He got one.
He's overdue. Goddamn it.
Yep.
How you feel about Dame Lillard? Dame Dollar. He might be coming to the Lakers.
I don't think. I don't know how true that is.
Why?
Because he has not requested a trade. He has to request a trade.
He has not requested a trade, but he did do an interview, and he said that if the Blazers didn't want him anymore, that he will be going to the Lakers. It wasn't like
I don't think he said that verbatim.
I will hope to go to the Lakers. He going to the Lakers, but the Blazers do want him.
The Blazers not giving up on him. They just signed Chauncey Billups. He gonna be there for a while.
I like Chauncey.
Yeah, that was a good pickup. That was a good pickup.
Chauncey.
That was a great pickup.
So I hope he stays in Portland. I like him in Portland. They'll never win, but I still like him in Portland.
Nah, they got a lot of work to do.
So I guess it depends on where he at in his career, but it'll be nice to see him play with LeBron.
LeBron is the league is becoming a young man's league, and LeBron, KD, all of them, they on their way
Out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're getting old, man. You gotta think about how much basketball these dudes have played over the last 10 years.
That's true.
And the league is just getting younger and younger and younger. You see it now with Phoenix and Milwaukee. Nobody would have thought that. Everybody thought we was finna see the Lakers and the Nets.
They getting old. They
That's
body
what I'm
breaking
saying.
down
Yeah.
and shit.
Not even that. They're just getting old.
That's true.
League getting younger, man. I feel real good about my Bulls.
Boy, shut the fuck up.
I do.
That is lost hope.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
We'll see.
What about Russell Westbrook?
What about him?
You leaving Washington? He trying to go to the Lakers in real life.
That could happen. He a free agent, ain't he?
Yeah, but I don't think that'd be a good pickup for the Lakers. I love him, but no. Him, Anthony Davis, and LeBron It's not a good.
It could work. When LeBron
see.
can't score or don't feel like scoring.
That's true.
It
Especially since they're gonna get rid of Schroeder.
But he can't shoot though. That's the problem.
Who, Russell?
Yeah. He can, but not that well.
It's not. His efficiency isn't up there.
Mm-mm.
Fuck that basketball shit. Let's talk about my post now. My my Bill Cosby post. So I posted that the Cosby Show will always be like one of the greatest shows ever for African American people on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But put that nigga back in prison.
No way.
That nigga
so harsh.
he did that's what I said. He put that nigga back in prison. And yo ass jumped on there and said he didn't do that shit.
He didn't.
Now, my friends list and your friends list are totally
different people.
Because I have very conservative people on my friends list. Like they would.
Everybody thought I was a dirtbag. Right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Now I got phone calls. Ain't nobody respond on that damn status, but I definitely got phone calls. Who the fuck is this clown ass nigga? Talk about him do that.
What
shit.
is wrong with these people?
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That's what I told them. He could feel like the man is innocent. That don't, it is what it is.
I don't believe a man of that stature during that time had any reason to do that. I do believe that there was parties going on, and we know about these parties that go on in Hollywood, and drugs were dispersed. Okay, I don't know what happened along the way, but 30-odd years later, how many years later did they bring this to light?
So this one, the one he actually went to prison for,
Mm-hmm.
happened in 2004.
Happened in 2004?
Yeah, 2004. It was a lady, she worked at a school
Mhm.
that he drugged and did something to. He didn't go to jail for all the other stuff that everybody else was coming out about.
Right.
He didn't go to jail for that.
So
He went to jail for her. So right before the prosecutor brought it to the judge, it was like a couple days before the statute of limitations got placed on these type of crimes, which was like it's 12 years now. But before that, they brought it to the judge, and the judge was like, "All right, cool, throw this nigga in jail, in prison." But that's not why he got off.
Wow.
He got off because the prosecutor, before the guy who took him to trial, made an agreement with Bill Cosby. If you tell me everything, you don't have to go to prison, and he did.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Cosby admitted to that shit. He admitted to everything, but the deal that was in writing said he won't go to prison for it. So his lawyer fought that shit because the new prosecutor, he's the predecessor. So whatever deals that the one before him set in place, he had to follow. That's the only reason why that nigga got off.
Wow. Learn something new every day. See, I don't be in people's business like that. You know what I'm saying? So I tell you what.
Talking about so I tell you what.
I'm gonna go to Facebook right now.
What you go to Facebook for?
About to go delete my comment.
Oh.
This is what happens.
That's why he said justice is served, because if he made an agreement with the law
Delete.
to tell them what they needed to know and he wouldn't go to prison, why am I going to prison now?
Well, that's what happens when you assume. I didn't know all of that. I just thought that it was some hearsay from back in the day.
Nah.
With the drugs at the parties, and I'm like, everybody do drugs at parties. I don't believe that.
So then now we got to spin it. A man of his magnitude and his stature was able to admit to those type of crimes, and it's like, fuck the victims. Thank you for telling us. We appreciate it. Now we know what you did.
What crime? I don't know exactly. I can't really comment on this because I don't know exactly what he admitted to. Is this written out?
So it's sealed. They won't tell us what he admitted to. It just says that he admitted to the alleged allegations.
We don't.
But they sealed it, and they made an agreement for him not to be charged with it. That's all it says.
I have no further comments on Bill Cosby because I don't know.
Oh,
salute to Bill Cosby. Thank you for all of you've done for us.
Talk about thank you for all you've done for us.
And I pray for you and everything you got going on, brother.
Hell yeah.
More power to Bill. Everybody got problems, man. I don't know what the man did.
That's very true.
But I just hope he learned his lesson.
I hope so too. I didn't even realize he was in prison for 3 years.
Yeah, he was gone for a while.
Yeah.
I just like to see black dudes get out of jail.
What?
I'm sorry.
Why?
Some people been in jail for falsely accused. They've been falsely accused.
Say that then. Because if you not falsely accused, go do your motherfucking time, nigga.
That's
I love to see people who are falsely accused acquire their freedom as well. That is a beautiful feeling. I think it's nothing worse to be taken away from your family and your loved ones for something that you legitimately did not do, did not have any dealings with.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sad feeling. But to get them all back, get everything back, and be free again. That's a feeling that I don't think is comparable to anything.
No, it's not.
But on the more jovial side, I want to talk about Amanda Seals. You know who she is?
She played in Insecure, right?
Yeah, that's all you know.
Yeah, that's it.
She used to be a talk show host on The Real too. She replaced Tamar,
I don't know.
but they kicked her off. Well, she quit because she was too real for The Real. She's very pro-black,
Mm-hmm.
very smart, very intelligent, and she has a lot of her own little dealings and series and shit. So here to pull up that clip real quick with a video. I mean a picture. So Amanda Seals has uh been in the public right now for, or is in the public right now for these comments.
Mm-hmm.
She said that if you're buying Jordans and Nike suits, but you're sleeping on an air mattress, you're losing. If you're buying Jordans and Nike suits, but you don't have a passport, you're losing. Oh, I just read it again. So you can take it down here though. So she got a lot of flack for that. As I'm sitting here with a Nike suit on,
Mm-hmm.
but I do have a passport. Just saying. How do you feel about that?
I think everybody entitled to their opinion. I think that when you post stuff on the internet, it could be misconstrued. It happens a lot. I agree with her.
You do?
Yeah.
Me too.
I mean, it's priorities. I mean, we're in our 30s. I think a lot of us, how can I say this? We take what we see on social media and make that the status quo to our lives. So if we're watching Ari Fletcher have this extravagant birthday party now, a young lady who has a
Who the fuck is that?
Ari Fletcher is that's Lil Herb's, the mother of Lil Herb's kid, your money back, yo. She and she like a model or something, bro. Instagram model or something like that. But then these young ladies who, you know, is the priorities. You know, I feel like, you know, if your credit score is not fair, you shouldn't be trying to spend $5,000 to $6,000 on a party. You should just go get you a cake, go to a nice dinner, and go meditate or something. I ain't gonna say go meditate, but there's other ways that you can enjoy your birthday without spending $5K.
I agree.
You know, trying to be like these internet folk.
I agree.
But yeah, I agree with her. I think that at this age, we need to, you know, prioritize certain things. Like for me, like I said earlier, like my son getting older now, he could fit me in clothes. So now I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to take a hit a little bit, you know, because I would rather him be flyer than me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these are sacrifices you got to make.
But so I'm glad you brought that up, right? So we have to be conscious and aware of the image that we sell our kids. And
That's
I
true.
didn't think about that until like last year, I want to say. Because I make sure my boys are always fly.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want them to get into the habit of thinking that it is a priority. Because for me, it is a priority. When I go out somewhere, I am going to look nice. But what I've learned, and I didn't learn it until my late 20s, is that's relative.
That's very relative.
You don't have to spend, like I used to spend $600, $700 on a pellicoat and wear that motherfucker 2-3 times.
Right.
I used to buy Prada shoes, Prada sneakers in fucking 2007, 2008 when that shit really got hot. Spending $350 on a pair of shoes. Like, you don't have to spend $700 on a coat for you to look nice. You don't have to spend $400 on a pair of shoes for you to look nice. So,
you got people spending $3,000-$4,000 on outfits.
yo, and
they
like those
stay-
Balenciaga shoes, they
and they
like
stay in-
$1,500.
Like you got on a $400,000 worth of clothing, and there's no offense, but you standing on the same block that you've been standing for the last 15 some odd years. It for me, I couldn't even go to my home in that much
Yeah.
drip. That's
Yeah.
what the kids call it. Like I would feel so out of place. Like I got on $5,000 worth of clothes, but I'm living in an apartment and I'm driving this particular. I got a nice car, but everything got to make sense for me to do that. But a lot of people spend their money on what they want to spend their money on.
They do.
So,
I just wish, because it's like, I just wish we could come together more collectively and spend our money better, because we're not.
mm-mm.
And that's why why that's why immigrants. I'm not. I feel like immigrants is a bad word, but I don't have another word for it. That's why people who are from other countries come here and they're able to take these things. They're able to start these businesses or buy this property because when you had $7,000, you chose to go get a BBL as opposed to going to get your
Excuse me.
you chose to get a BBL
Shit.
as opposed to going to get some property to do a storefront or something.
Hmm.
All the women love lashes and hair and shit like that. You could have got your little storefront, set that motherfucker up nice, had you and your friends in there doing hair, putting on lashes. You could have paid for a class to learn how to do that shit, but you're not. So it's kind of like, how could we as people be upset that they're coming over here getting our opportunities that we don't even really want? Not for
Man,
real.
it's all I think we've been brainwashed. We like everything we do. We gotta have a foreign car. We gotta have the designer clothes, and all these clothes come from Italy, and the cars come from another. Like we don't have nothing for ourselves. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We so pro black, and we talk about racism and all this shit. But everything we do, everything we spend our money on, goes to their culture.
Yep.
Everything that we like Nike, that's their culture.
Absolutely.
This is a black culture, but no pun intended.
It's okay.
But
I spent $30 on this.
but I just feel like at some point we just gotta get our head out the clouds. Like we are brainwashed with materialism, man. It's sad. Like I'm a victim of it. I think
Me
you are.
too.
We are. Like even for my son. Like I feel like I just don't want my son to ever be in that position. You know how ruthless we used to be as kids.
Yes.
And I don't ever, nobody's gonna ever ask my son what are those. Ever.
I feel you.
You feel me?
I feel
And
you.
so like, and that's fucked up to think like that, but it's
Yeah, it's
just,
almost like
that's what it is.
you get caught in between the trying to show them what's important, but at the same time making them be secure enough that they can stand on their own.
Yeah, because dressing nice is a form of
Good manners.
It's a form of self confidence, and people like. Well, I think I said this before. If you walk into a certain particular place in a suit, you're gonna be approached like you are somebody in that particular establishment.
That's true.
If I would have came in here today and Hitter didn't know me and I had on some Timberlands and a Dickie suit, he go, "What you here to do? To fix the lights or some shit?" Is everything you do and wear that is gonna give a perception.
Yeah, I'm so glad you just brought that up. So I had that conversation with my kid, right? He's going through something with one of his friends, and my wife and I disagreed on how he handled something.
Mm-hmm.
And she believes that perception shouldn't matter. She believes that, for example, would you be okay with your girlfriend if she never shaved her underarm hair, never cleaned up her little mama, and she never got her mustache waxed? How would you feel if that was your girl?
That's not my girl.
So, and I told her that is a form of grooming.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know any. I probably do know some, but I don't know too many women that do not groom themselves. So for some women, they're like, "I'm not shaving my mustache; it grows naturally." So does your underarm hair, but you shave that.
So she's not shaving at the moment?
My wife?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not her.
Okay.
This is our kid. He's dealing with a friend that's like this.
Okay.
So she's trying to teach him to not force women to change themselves and stuff like that. And I don't think that's what that is.
Oh no, that's deep.
So I've been trying to figure out. So if you told your girlfriend, I don't really like I don't like your mustache. Could you wax that? And she just flipped it on you like, "Don't try to tell me what to do with my body. I'm a woman. If I want to have a mustache, I have a mustache. Men are always trying to control women and shit."
I don't know, man. That's deep.
But that's just for me. I feel
when a woman got a mustache. If you deal with a woman with a mustache, unless it just grow out the blue.
But you could have met her when she had first got it waxed or something.
You could see it.
Not when it's fresh, you can't.
Oh, okay.
She gonna.
I never had this problem. This is new.
That's probably because you deal with women who groom themselves.
Yeah, and then if they don't, they're not my type, and it's okay.
I hear you. I hear you.
Different types, and it's okay.
But I was telling her, I said that's why certain jobs they have grooming standards because perception is everything. How you carry yourself, how you perceive yourself.
No,
People
most
treat you
definitely.
based off of how you put yourself out there.
Most definitely.
And I don't think people really pay attention to stuff like that. But it's important. It's very important. So let's move on to another little slightly serious topic. Did you hear about that Rachel Nichols comment?
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you who don't know, Rachel Nichols is an analyst for ESPN, and last year she had a conversation with LeBron James's advisor, who is also white. Both of these people are white. His name is Adam Mendelheim, something like that. But they were talking about, I guess, the pressures of being analyst and jobs during COVID or something like that. So Rachel Nichols stated, I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers football, she covers basketball. If you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your crappy long time record of diversity, which by the way, I know personally from the female side of it, like go for it. Just find it somewhere else. You're not going to find it from me or taking my thing away. Maria Taylor is a black analyst for ESPN who was up and coming, and during COVID, they were going to give her some of the stories that were in Rachel Nichols' agreement contract. So I don't know, and she was talking about ESPN giving away her jobs. So the Adam Mendelism, I can't say his name.
Mendoza.
There you go. Thank you for the assist. He said that he was exhausted between the Me Too movement and the Black Lives Matter movement. He has nothing left. How do you feel about those comments?
That was a white conversation. I don't have no problem with that, man. White people, like what? Like, do you hear the conversations we have
Ugh.
about white people? So you mean to tell me that they can't express themselves amongst each other? I don't hear nothing wrong. The ladies, like Rachel Nichols, do a great job when she do the finals. She do a great job when she do the jump and all her NBA stuff. She like her job.
She does.
And I'm gonna say this. Let's switch this. Let's put the black girl in Rachel Nichols' shoes, and she's made this comment. Everything is vice versa. I don't think that she would be under scrutiny.
I agree.
I think that she would be uplifted, and ESPN would be under investigation. Yeah,
like that. Yep, I agree.
And then you would have seen the post. Let's ban ESPN until they get more diverse.
Yep.
We're not watching it anymore. You already know how it go. So I don't got a problem with what Rachel Nichols said, man. I don't got a problem with Adam Mendoza said.
Me either.
Shit, I'm a little tired. I'm exhausted from Black Lives Matter too. Shit. God damn.
I'm exhausted from both ends of it.
I used to play them damn commercials. I'd be like, well, God, bro, that shit was depressing, bro.
Talking about that shit.
You don't remember last year during the finals, you just be enjoying the game, and all of a sudden,
a sad ass
Black Lives Matter commercial company gonna kill me for this. Oh well.
Probably. They have to bring awareness however they can, as much as they can.
I don't blame Adam or Rachel.
Yeah, because a lot of people are calling them racist for their comments, and I don't think it's racist at all. Like when I say we, I mean black people, we say things to that nature about ourselves as well as other races. So it's almost like you don't want anybody taking anything from you. If you have a contract with somebody and they're saying you're going to get A, B, and C, and then they come in the middle of the contract, it's like, oh, hold on. You're not really get C. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give C to this person over here. You're going to feel some kind of way, regardless of what color they are.
And I'm going to say this. No offense to Charlamagne. He does a great job at what he does. But you hear the comments he makes about white people.
Yes.
Very, very prejudice comments. And now let's say a famous white radio host decided to go on a black rant and just,
they'll kill him. They'll kill him. His
career
would be over.
And I understand the dynamics of what's been happening over the years, but man, I don't know.
You're right though. You're absolutely right. But I think the public gives us a pass because of all the things we've been through.
True. No, that's true. That's very true.
But doesn't make it okay either. I
No,
feel
I
like we
don't.
should use our voice a little bit
Yeah,
differently.
most definitely. Most definitely. I like
But
racist people.
wait,
I do.
what?
Because I know,
Because you know who they are?
yes, you don't like black people. I think that's cool. I do. Why? Because they're honest. The most prejudiced people are very respectful. They
Yeah,
are.
you stay over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I feel that way.
we
Especially
get killed for that too.
when people say stuff like, "I don't like gays" or "I don't believe in that shit." It's when you become ignorant and then you try to push that on me. I have the issue, but you don't have to like gays. Like that doesn't bother me. And when people say stuff like they don't really like black people and shit, that don't bother me either.
Man, sometimes I don't like black people.
I'm not going to corroborate that statement, but just sometimes we don't like people. But sometimes subconsciously you don't realize how you put race on stuff.
You don't like black people all the time.
No, so look, I was at the gym and I was talking to somebody about something. I can't remember what it was, and I was talking about a little boy. He just rode his little bike up to me.
Mm-hmm.
I made a point to say this little white boy. As opposed to saying this little boy.
Right.
And I did that subconsciously, and I don't know why. I didn't realize it until after I got done telling the story. I was like, why the fuck I had to say he was a little white boy?
I think we all say pretty fucked up shit about other races on a daily basis.
But you're not in the public eye.
It doesn't matter.
If you're in the public eye, you're held to a higher
That
standard.
phone call should have been, they leaked the phone call.
I agree.
That's some bullshit.
I agree.
Some real bullshit.
But I don't know. It is what it is. So switch it, totally lighter note, right? Relationships. There's stages to that shit, right? At what point do you start to fulfill certain roles? So like, say you dating this girl, y'all been dating for like a year. Her AC go out. And she needs a compression something. I can't think of it. And I'm only using this example because it just happened to me. And in order for the guy to fix it, it was $175. Do you help her?
Yeah. What are we talking about?
So you've been with her for a year. So
Come on.
what's define help?
You give her the $175 to get it fixed, or you call whoever you need to call to get it fixed for her.
What if y'all been together for 6 months? Would you do that?
Yes. I feel like if you how can I say this? When you dealing with a woman, you're gonna have to, especially at this age, you're gonna have to spend money. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to help out, especially if you're trying to build something. Now, if it's just a little jump off that you fuck with whenever you fuck with, you could dodge those. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I ain't even see that text. I'm sorry. But if it's somebody you trying to build with, yeah, you gotta look out. I don't mind doing stuff like that.
What if a nigga sent her $25?
She need to reevaluate what the fuck she got going on.
So, same scenario. Do you take on certain roles in her household? Like, if you're there all the time, at least 5 days out of the week, like taking out trash and shit, making sure her grass is cut, cleaning gutters or whatever. Do you pay attention to any changing filters for the furnace? Do you pay attention to any of those things?
I mean, how can I say this? I know that if when I do get a girlfriend and she has a house, I'm going to, like, I've dealt with females with houses before, and I know that if I took it I knew the things that I would have to, cutting the grass will be my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Taking out the garbage, whatever needs to be done there. As a man, I would feel obligated to at least help out or take care of what I could take care of. So, yeah.
Some guys feel like that's not their responsibility.
Like
that's your shit. That ain't my shit.
Nah, man. I don't know. I think it's a two-way street. You gotta be offering something too. So if all I'm doing is if I'm just coming over there 4 to 5 days to fuck, and then you ain't
But you're
doing.
not. You always got a hot meal
Oh
ready
well,
for
then
you
yeah, well then
and
that's
shit like
different. Yeah,
that.
you gotta put. Yeah, you gotta look out.
I agree.
Yeah, you gotta look out.
I agree. Speaking of, have you started dating yet?
Oh man, I did a purge on my phone the other day, like a few weeks ago.
Like getting rid of a bunch of
Oh,
bitches?
a lot of them. Like
What made you do that?
it was just too. Like it was just too many. It was like I'm like, damn, bro, you 33 years old. What the fuck do you have? And then it's like I don't even know half of y'all last. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
And it was just like, yeah, it was just. And then a lot of women, it was just like you just got them in there, and you know it ain't going nowhere. And I'm just at a point where this might sound like cap. I'm just tired of having frivolous sex. You know, fucking just to get a nut. You know, because it's so many like different soul ties and energy when you have sex.
Great.
And so if I'm, you know, fucking this girl this week or 3 weeks later, I meet as at 30, you know, it's not a good look. And then like I said, the exchange of energy is big. So yeah, it was time to chill out.
I just realized something.
Not to say that that's how I was moving, but it was just like, why do you have all these women in your phone?
I feel like people try to shame people for their involvements as if
Yeah, they do.
Like, I don't understand why. There's so many people in the world, especially if you're single. Why would you limit yourself based off of what?
See, the thing with me being single is that I can't date multiple people. I can't give multiple people my energy. If I'm talking to somebody, I want to just invest that energy into them. I can't. It's that don't work for me. It's either we locked in or we not doing like that's like for me that's one of the reasons why I'm not really dating is because a lot of women are dating 3 to 4 to 5 other niggas. You know what I'm saying? And you're just a part of the lineup, and they treat you as such, and which is cool. I mean, you're entitled to do that. But I'm at in life. I don't have the time for it. I'm not chasing, and I don't want to fucking.
Well, what if you've been dating this girl for 2 months? You go.
I don't want to do that.
You've been dating this girl for 2 months, and then you go into Starbucks, and you lock eyes with this woman, very beautiful woman, and she intrigues you. Do you walk out of the Starbucks, or do you speak to her?
Talk to her. I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question. I'll probably talk to her. I talk to women anyway. I'm a flirt, so yeah.
So if you talk to her and you realize you want to talk to her again, you're not gonna try to date her because you dating somebody else.
Nah, she just be in the cut. She in the cut. I can't date two people. I just can't. I can't do it.
You can. I just think you have a hard time appropriating that. Because if you're dating somebody, you're not in a relationship. Dating them in a relationship are two different things.
And I think that's where I don't. Okay. I don't like to invest that much time in something that's not. You invest in time and money and energy into something that's not certain. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just in my 20s, cool. The older I'm getting, I would be by myself. Real shit.
I realize you mentioned your age a lot. Do you feel pressure at all because of your age?
Yeah.
Where do you think it comes from?
Society. You know, you grow up, you make a lot of stupid mistakes. You look at a lot of shit that you could have done, a lot of shit that you haven't done, but you're not. You know, you're in a good position. Like it could be worse. So I think now it's like, you know, I hit these walls to where it's like, okay, what do you do next? You know, what can you do to increase, you know, financially, what can you do to become a better man? Like what's next? You know what I'm saying? And I think it's like a crash course for me right now. Because it's like I'm still cleaning up the mess that I made, you know, back when I was younger. But it's getting better. Mm-hmm. But it should be better than where I'm at. And I think that's where the pressure lies.
But what do you base that off of? Do you base that off of where society say you should be?
Society. You know, You know, I talk a lot of shit on Facebook. I feel like, you know, society, like the internet is making up these ideologies for us. I think that we're not even living off of our own principles anymore. We're living off of what we're seeing on the internet.
Exactly.
You know, and so um and one of my friends was telling me, like, bro, you gotta just chill out, like, stop, don't he just told me not to watch no stories, like, don't watch nobody's life, just pay attention to yourself, like, just use social media for what it's for, you know.
Yeah.
Post your shit, get the fuck off, you know. But I got a little sidetracked. What was we at?
We was talking about society and social media, basically.
Yeah, we
make
living
you
off these
feel like you're
these
supposed
these
to be-
ideologies. So, you know, you feel like, you know, you have to have certain things
Mhm.
at a certain time, but really there's it's not a race,
Mhm.
you know. And that's pretty much it. Is social media has created a fucked up way of thinking, and it's hard to navigate to find women who don't think like that no more. You know, it's wild out here, G. I'm telling you, like it's wild.
It's so crazy because I watch how we have evolved as people, and everybody puts their business on social media. So, when in regards to like how they wear their hair,
Hmm.
in regards to how they perceive themselves, the clothes they wear, everything is like a facade. Like
Everything.
everything is a facade, and it's almost like, did social media make us forget what was real?
Yeah.
And we know we're there. How the fuck can we get ourselves out? How can we get out?
we it you for me, I know that it's gonna take me for me to find a like-minded person. You know, it's a lot of bots. You know, that's what I call them. Like, people who just that's, and I don't blame them because that's the society we in. Everybody in their phone 24/7, like all the time. You know, sometimes I get lost in that dumb shit,
Mm-hmm.
but it's gonna take for you to, like, the best relationships that I see, they connect on a different level past with and then they post shit and make it seem like they live in that life, but they not. They working together. They like it's just a different dynamic.
Yeah.
You know, it's just gonna take for me to find someone like-minded like me, and that's difficult. It's very hard.
It is because everybody's tainted.
Very. And the thing with the whole, you know, being a provider, like, people don't understand, you know, like we don't even accept a man who makes $50,000. That's broke now.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's fucked up. Because
Yes,
if a man makes 50 and you're making 60 or whatever the fuck you make, you put that together.
That's 110.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to. My man got to pay all the bills. But you're paying rent by yourself right now. You have a son, you got 2 sons, and you paying all the bills by yourself. This guy probably got a kid, and he paying all the bills by himself. Y'all take your 2 incomes, you come together. Everything is, it ain't got to be split.
Yeah,
but y'all working together.
But it could be like 70,
you feel
30
me?
or something like
that. If I'm a man, if I got a wife, like, I'm making sure you got gas. I'm making sure your oil change. I'm making sure your tires are rotated. I'm making sure you get new tires for the winter. Like, I'm gonna make sure your hair done and your nails done from time to time. You know, just on some, some real nigga shit. Oh, hey, you want to go? Yeah, But we gotta work like that type of shit that comes. But it's to that level to where you're solely taking care of. You gotta work to get there. You gotta have a vision and you gotta build to get to that point. But right, like we said this before, they don't want to build. They just want it right then and there.
Yeah, and then I don't think women really realize how much of independence that takes away when you do have an expectation for a man to do all of those things. It's kind of like, well, what are you doing?
And then they want to keep bringing, we're nurturing home. We're in 2020. Men cook now too.
Yes, they do.
Men take care of the kid. We spend time with our kids too.
Yes, they do.
We clean up too. We do laundry.
We do all of those things. I do
things.
love this generation of fathering.
Yeah.
Well, this generation of fatherhood, it is so much different than the generation before us, and
Most definitely.
I absolutely appreciate that
Most
because our
definitely.
kids need that.
I just think that us as black men and black women, we have to come together and work together and get to that place that society is tainting our vision with.
Yeah,
It's bullshit.
because it gets to a point where motherfuckers be like, your man make you pay a bill? Oh, hell nah. You need to find a new nigga. It's like, why you can't pay the bill? You live that too. Split that shit up. That ain't that big of a deal. But finding women who are understanding like that is hard. What's wrong?
Man. All right, we straight. The door should have been locked. Oh man. All right. What were we talking about? Boy.
We can wrap it up. Wanna wrap it up?
I mean, shit. If you was done.
What tips your scale this week?
I'll tell my scale this week. Inconsistency and lack of humbleness.
For who? For who?
I'm not gonna get too deep in it, but my father always taught me, don't ask for nothing until you got everything done. Another thing he always told me, and I'll never forget it, your jokes ain't funny when you owe somebody some money. And he also taught me that when people are looking out for you, to be humble and to try to do as much as you can for them through your actions. Even when you don't have it financially, if somebody's helping you, try to, be of service to them to show your appreciation. And lately I've been dealing with some ungratefulness, and I could play a role in that for my quote unquote ego, but yeah.
That's so
And then
cool,
inconsistency, like I said with females, yeah. You could be locked in with a female for 4 straight days, have a great weekend, and then motherfuckers is just have you on ice for the next 6. That is some weird shit.
Why?
It's weird. And that's what I'm saying. I can't date multiple people, which I can, but I don't want to do it no more. I can. I don't want to. You see what I'm saying? But when shit like that happen, that's when I go, okay, well, that's John. But then the pattern keeps repeating.
You got to change something. So you can change your pool.
I need to change my paradigm of women. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's like I'm cursed with scumbags.
You're not cursed. You just got to, I think your self-reflection is amazing. But I feel like if you improve your self-awareness just a little bit, you will be able to pinpoint what it is about you that's attracting those type of women. And if you change it or fix it, then you can change your pool of selection of women. Because there's something about you that's attracting bitches like that.
I don't know. I just want an earthy girl who into yoga, who drinks smoothies, who don't give a fuck about the internet. You know what I'm saying? Who into her chakras and shit.
You could find her.
Who sit outside and meditate.
In you to find her.
I don't know. You're right. I don't know what the fuck going on. Well, and you got people saying, you can't plan a date. No, I just don't want to go on a date with you, man.
Somebody, I just don't want to go on a date with you, man.
Yeah. But it's straight. It's cool.
Well, I had something tipped my scale this week too, but it was a good tip.
You always got good tips.
No, I don't. Sometimes I don't have any at all. I hit 225 8 times this week. So It made me feel like
you're strong.
It made me feel strong as hell. I feel like, you know how, I don't know, but you go to the gym, you don't realize that people are watching you. When I got done, it was like, the niggas was watching. It was like, yo, that's so fucking crazy. I don't know. That made me feel really good. So.
That's great.
Shut the fuck up. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time.
I benched 325 the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to 315.
I'm lying.
Oh.